Hello and welcome to Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So as you can see, this created franchise on MLB The Show 22 has been placed in the American League West. The standings are on the screen. This is game number 26. The Avengers are in first place. 18-7 record, 3.5 game lead over the second place Rangers. Playing the next game in the schedule, Tom Hiddleston, who's 4-0 on the season, will face Babe Ruth in Toronto. Let's play the game. Play the game. Play full game. Simulation at Rogers Center. Broadcast looks good. Is Hiddleston's turn to throw the ball. Hemsworth looks tired. Richard Madden looks tired. Let's get some guys in there. Don Cheadle, War Machine, will play center field. Hemsworth will be the DH. Hemsworth will be the DH. The first baseman will be Paul Rudd. Let's do this. Brie Larson, Paul Rudd, Chris Hemsworth. Let's rock and roll. Skip all. Here we go. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I'll let the computer run the bases for me. This is MLB The Show 22. Thanks for watching. And we are live for some Major League action on MLB The Show 22 as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Toronto Blue Jays. On the mound for the Blue Jays, the Babe, making his 6th start of this fictional season. Record only 1-3, 5.46 earned run average. Leading off, Carol Danvers herself, Brie Larson, 209, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. Second baseman. She plays Captain Marvel in the MCU. Fouls off the fastball. May chase the pitch. Count as no balls, 1 strike. Change up outside. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Blue Jays are 15-11. Good for 3rd place in the American League Eastern Division. Avengers are in the AL West. Chase is a 2-seamer out of the zone. Bad pitch to swing at. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brie Larson leading off the game. Fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. You may be wondering, why does Brie Larson look like a 12-year-old boy? Because the player creation tools inside, counting as 2 balls, 2 strikes. The player creation tools provided by 989 Studios San Diego do not allow you to make an appropriate female batter. So that's the best I could do. I don't really understand why they don't do it. Fly ball deep to center, but playable. And he makes the catch in front of the warning track for the first out of the ball game. I mean, the NHL game, you can create a female ice hockey player. This is, I understand that there are no women who play in the major leagues. Brie Larson leads off. Paul Rudd is at first base today, batting second. The DH is Chris Hemsworth. Behind the home plate, Dave Bautista. Don Cheadle's in center. Sebastian Stan's in right. Chadwick Boseman's in third. Samuel is in left. And Anthony Mackie is batting ninth and playing shortstop. I understand there are no major league females, but this is a fantasy game, and there are female baseball fans, so you should cater to them as well. Ground ball past the third baseman and down the third base line. That will be a 1-out single for Ant-Man, Paul Rudd. Left fielder gets it back in quickly. No chance for a double. Here's the replay. Bang. It kind of almost looks like an aborted swing. It's like he's swinging an axe. Next up, Chris Hemsworth hitting .301 on the season. Normally the first baseman, he's DH today. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Pitches low, ball 1. He has check that. He has 4 homers and 13 runs batted in on the season that is nearly a month old. Game number 26 of 162. And he fouls off the changeup. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Hemsworth plays Thor, most recently in Thor: Love and Thunder in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Out in front of the changeup, swing and a miss. Count is 1-2. Runner leads off first. No score here in the top of the first. Grounder, knocks it down. Shortstop picks it up, but he will have no play. It'll be an infield single for Chris Hemsworth. Swinging the hammer. Scorer's table decided that it's good enough for a hit. Runners are at first and second with only 1 out here against the Babe. Next up is the catcher, Dave Bautista, who plays Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Out in front of the curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1. He has 7 homers and 15 RBIs. Line drive, base hit to left. And Rudd will stop at third. Strong throw to the plate. Bases to base. The bases are loaded with Avengers here with 1 out here in the top of the first. So, next up, Don Cheadle, War Machine, hitting .308. Playing center field today for Richard Madden. Pitches inside, ball 1. Last year's squad, Don Cheadle, War Machine, was the starting center fielder. This year he's been relegated to the bench in favor of Richard Madden, who plays Icarus in the Eternals. And that's a bouncing ball up the middle. 6, 4, 3, double play. Side is retired, and they leave the bases loaded and fail to score. So, after half inning of play here at Rogers Center, it's the Avengers 0, the Blue Jays coming to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. Ugh. On the mound, Tom Hiddleston, his start number 6. Record is 4-0 with a 1.35 earned run average. Hiddleston pitched a no-hitter in his last outing. Leading off, Ken Griffey Sr., 263, no homers, 9 RBIs. Pop-up, left side, in foul territory, will not make the catch for that strike 1. Inside and low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Late on the 98-mile-an-hour fastball, fouls it down left field line. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Daddy Griffey. Ken Griffey Jr. is the Hall of Famer. His father, though, ultimately is the man responsible. Soft liner to the shortstop, cut the check. Anthony Mackie makes the catch for the first out. Lineup, Whit Merrifield steps in too quickly for us to see the Blue Jays lineup. He's hitting only $150 on the season. Outside corner with the strike. Whit Merrifield is the second baseman on the Blue Jays. Slider misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a ball. Fastball high, 2-1. And he pulls the high curve. Fat pitch. Pulled it foul. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. He missed it. That was the pitch to hit. Deep drive towards the left center field gap. Stan racing over. Will not get there, and it will roll to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. No, he's not going to stop at second. He's going to third, and it will be a 1-out triple for Whit Merrifield. First triple of the season. I thought he'd stop at second, and he did not. The Winter Soldier in right field could not get in front of it, and he does not hesitate rounding second. Makes it easily. So runner at third with less than 2 outs for Stan the Man Musial, hitting .317. Swings at a pitch in the dirt, fouls it off, strike one. Stan the Man has 9 homers and 23 runs batted in this young season. Slider inside backs him off the plate, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Member of the 3,000 hit club, legendary player. Deep drive to right, but playable. Stan makes the throw home. The tagging is not in time. It is a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Musial. Merrifield scores, and Toronto takes an early 1-0 lead. 2 outs, bases empty, up steps Joe Carter, who played for the Toronto Blue Jays during his career in the 1990s. This fictional land, he's hitting .326. He was a World Series champion and MVP, I believe, in 1993. Short fly ball to right field. Stan makes the catch to retire the side. But on the sac fly, they do score a run. And after 1 inning of play here in Rogers Center, it's 1-0 Blue Jays. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. Up steps Sebastian Stan. .289, 6 homers, 11 RBIs. He plays the Winter Soldier, or Bucky Barnes in the MCU. And that's a deep fly ball to center field. Looking up. Gonzo. Solo shot by Bucky Barnes. Sebastian Stan. Home run number 7 on the season. And this ball game is tied at 1. Oh my goodness. That didn't take long. Let's watch the replay. Bang. Honestly, I thought he was going to catch it. But then he just watched it fly. Distance .417. Off the facade of that second deck, painted black. Next up is Chadwick Boseman, the late, great Chadwick Boseman. Pitches outside, ball 1. Only .193 batting average, 1 homer, 6 RBIs on the season. This is game number 26 in the season. We're in late April. The Avengers are 18-7. And that's a line drive, base hit to center for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And here in the top of the 2nd inning, it's been a solo shot and a single from the first 2 batters. Here's the replay. Bang. Next up for the Avengers is Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi in the MCU. Left-handed hitter. Fouls off the changeup for strike 1. So it's a 1-1 ball game here in the top of the 2nd. This is the first game of a 3-game set here at Rogers Center between the Hollywood Avengers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Pitch throw first. He's back in time. Here comes the 0-1. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Cannot make contact with that curve. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Liu. Change up outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still nobody out here in the top of the 2nd inning. Change up outside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is the shortstop, Anthony Mackie. Here comes the full count pitch from the Babe. Throw to first, he's back. Boseman has base stealing speed. For those of you that are interested, I hit, I pitch, I field, but I do not run the bases, so. Again, throw to keep him close. He's back. So when he takes off, if he does take off, it's not me, it's the computer, so I wonder if he's going to make the attempt. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Count will remain full on Simu. Ground ball to the second baseman. 4, 6, 3. Double play. And just like that, there are 2 away here in the top of the second inning. So with the bases empty, up steps the shortstop Anthony Mackie, hitting .234, 6 homers, 13 runs batted in. He plays the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Late on the fastball, foul ball, strike 1. Anthony Mackie has 2 homers in his last 3 games. Hey, Robbin, how's it going? Haven't been here since AC Valhalla. Sam the Gamer, welcome to the live stream. Pitch was high, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Welcome back. I haven't been on very much myself, to be completely honest. Curveball outside, 2-1.
2-1.
Life has been busy. I haven't really put that much focus on the live streaming and the... Is that a foul ball? Yes, it is. Foul ball, and we will do it again. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I like baseball. It's a nice stress release. Thank you for joining. Late on the high fastball, count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Score tied at 1 here in the top of the second inning at Rogers Center. Swing and a miss. Could not find the curveball for strike 3. However, Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, solo home run to straightaway center field to tie this game at 1 after an inning and a half. Playing against your favorite team, the Jays have been pretty good this year. Yes, they have. They're going to make the playoffs, I believe. So, leading off for this fictional version of the Toronto Blue Jays is Steve Finley, the center fielder, here in the bottom of the second, hitting .253, 5 homers, 17 runs batted in. Steve Finley is a legendary player. He's not a Hall of Famer. Inside corner, strike 1. He's, I would say, a player in the 1990s who was very, very good. He played for the Angels. Fouls it back, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I don't think he was a Hall of Famer. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he was just a very good all-star caliber player. In the swing and a miss, tied him up in knots for strikeout number 1, I believe. Let's watch the replay. Certainly out number 1 here in the bottom of the second. So, next up, Yuri Gurriel hitting .217. Fastball misses, 98 on the radar gun. Gurriel has 1 homer and 3 RBIs on the season. Here comes the 1-0. Looked high, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Just misses the outside corner, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Misses inside, hitters count, 3-1. On deck for the Blue Jays is Adam Frazier. 1 out, bases empty. Fastball in there, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 3-2. 1 hopper to the shortstop. Anthony Mackie throws in time. Cut the check. There are 2 away. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps Adam Frazier hitting .274. He has 1 homer and 7 runs batted in. Again, this is in this fictional franchise. This is the end of April. In there, strike 1. Barely a month old is the season. Line drive, fly ball, right at Simu Liu in left field, who makes the out to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning for Tom Hiddleston at the end of 2 innings of play. Scores tied 1-1. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps Brie Larson, who flew out in her first at-bat. Brie Larson plays Carol Danvers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Captain Marvel. Swing and a miss over the top of the curve, strike 1. Nasty pitch. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Did she swing? Yes, she did, according to the first base umpire. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. That time she held up. Pitches inside 1-2. In the dirt, strike him out, throw him out, and there's one away. Nice play by Wilson Contreras. Next up is Ant-Man Paul Rudd, who's 5 for 15 on the season because he's a backup. He is giving Tom Holland a day off today. Foul ball, strike one. He had a hit in his first at-bat, a single. Looking forward to Quantum Mania. I'm not too good at MLB The Show. I end up swinging at everything. It's so tempting. Just like, hey, listen, I completely agree with you. As case in point, it just chased the pitch outside. Count quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes to Rudd. There are 2 games I play with this. Swing and a miss. Could not lay off the slow curve. And there are 2 away. 2 strikeouts from Babe Ruth. Here's a replay. The game within the game is I like to do play-by-play. So, obviously I'm playing, but I also like to call the game. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps Chris Hemsworth, who had a hit in his first at-bat. 1 for 1 on the game. Ground ball towards the hole, backhanded, deep in the hole. Long throw, in time. Gorgeous play by the shortstop. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. At the end of 2.5 innings of play, the tie ball game is still scoreless. No, check that. Ball game is still tied at 1. So we go to the bottom of the third. Catcher Wilson Contreras steps up. Wilson has 6 homers and 12 runs batted in on the young season. Outside corner, strike 1. This is the first game of a 3-game set here at Rogers Center between these 2 ball clubs. Line drive, base hit, leadoff single for Contreras. And that's the way you want to start off your inning. I think I read a stat somewhere that when the leadoff man in an inning reaches first base by walk or hit, 60% chance that he or she comes around to score. So that's how you want to start any inning. Mr. Hedgehog, welcome to the live stream. Jake Myers steps in. Fastball low, ball 1. It's a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the third. The Avengers are in first place in the American League West. The Blue Jays are in third place. Inside corner, strike 1, count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Blue Jays are in third place in the American League East. Slow roller, charging, misses it. Mackey crosses body in time. They fail to get the lead runner, but they do get the trail for out number 1. I thought the third baseman, Chadwick Boseman, was going to be able to make the play, but got under his glove, and luckily Anthony Mackie was there to pick up the slack. Lineup turns over for the Blue Jays. Ken Griffey Sr., steps up to the plate for his second plate appearance. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Fouls it back for strike 1. Loki sets and delivers. Line drive, caught! For out number 2. Nice reaction play. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. So 2 outs, and up steps second baseman Whit Merrifield, who had a triple and a run scored in his first at-bat. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Whit Merrifield scored the first run of this game. He's going to need a hit to drive in the second. High and deep, but foul. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Slider just misses the outside corner. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. This time the curveball finds the outside corner. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Tie ball game here in the third. And we now have a full count, 3-2. On deck is Stan the Man Musial, who had a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. Pop up right side, foul ball. And he walks him. So we'll have runners at first and second with 2 out here in the third. And up steps the legendary ball player, Stan the Man Musial. I know he's in the 500 home run club. He's in the 3,000 hit club. I think he played in the 1950s. In there, strike one. 98 on the radar gun. Pops him up. Infield. There is the late, great Chadwick Boseman to retire the side. So, they get out of the jam. After 3 innings of play here at Rogers Center, it's 1-1. This is Avengers Baseball. We go to the top of the 4th. No, those guys are not commentating the game. This guy is commentating the game, and my name is RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. Leading off the top of the 4th inning is Dave Bautista. And he could not hold back on the inside pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Fouls off the curveball. 2 quick strikes on Drax. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Bautista leads the team with 7 home runs. And just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Two-hopper to the second baseman, Whit Merrifield. He throws to first in time, 1 away. Next up, Don Cheadle. Playing center field today, 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty, Babe Ruth. Curveball misses outside, ball 1. And that's a hard line drive, base hit through the box. It's a 1-out single for Don Cheadle. He's 1 for 2 today. War Machine. Here's the replay. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who homered in his last at-bat. Grounder, third baseman over to second for 1, back to first. Double plays, 5-4-3 round the horn double play to retire the side, and they get out of it. So, after 3.5, it's still a tie ball game, 1-1. Thank you for watching. Leading off the bottom of the 4th is Joe Carter. At the knees for strike 1, 98 on the radar gun. He is Asgardian after all. Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, is on the mound. His record is 4-0 in this season so far. Slow roller charges is Mackey. Strong throw in time, cut the check. Anthony Mackie makes the play for out number 1. Welcome to the live stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. Let the computer run the bases for me. And obviously, I do play-by-play. Next up is Steve Finley. Fouls it off for strike 1. 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Outside corner, strike 2. Count quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. I think when Steve Finley was an Angel, I think they were called the California Angels. Hard ground ball to the only man left on the left side of the infield. Chadwick Boseman makes a strong throw just in time for out number 2. Two outs, bases empty. Yuri Gurriel grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1. Comes the pitch. Little late on the fastball. Foul ball, strike 1. Slider misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ties him up in knots on the inside corner, swinging and a miss, strike 2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Loki. Ground ball past the diving Rudd and into right field. It is a 2-out single for Gurriel, and he keeps this half inning going. So Hiddleston, here's the replay between first and second. Next up, Adam Frazier, 0 for 1. Swing and a miss at the fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Finley, 270 average, 1 homer, 7 RBIs. Runner leads off first. Oh, that hit him. So after getting the first 2 outs here in the 4th, Hiddleston gives up a single and now hits a batter. We'll have a runner in scoring position for Wilson Contreras, who has a hit in this ball game already. Fly ball, charging his stand. He will make the catch to retire the side and save at least 1 run from scoring. At the end of 4, we still have a tie ball game here at 1. Oh, yeah. The late, great Chadwick Boseman will lead it off in the top of the 5th, singled in the 2nd. 1 for 1. Hate that old time. Wind up. Fouls off the changeup, strike 1. Pops him up near the first base line. In foul territory, Musial makes the catch, 1 away. Next up is Simu Liu, who grounded out in the 2nd. He is 0 for 1. Average sits at 222. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Babe Ruth. Fastball high, ball 1. Pops him up. Charging is the third baseman. Frazier makes the catch for out number 2. Well, check that. That's Yuri Gurriel playing third base. Frazier's playing shortstop. So 2 out, space is empty. Anthony Mackie steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And early on it, pulls it foul, strike 1. Anthony Mackie started out as Falcon. He's now the winter, check that, he's now the new Captain America. Ground ball up the middle and through, bouncing ground ball with eyes. 2 out, single for Anthony Mackie. Sometimes you just have to hit them where they ain't. Didn't hit it very hard. Just up the middle. Lineup turns over, Brie Larson leads off, 0 for 2. Quick throw to first. Mackie is back. Slide the chair over a little bit. It's better. Fouls off the curveball. Strike 1. Breeze 0 for 2. Curveball outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Is that Terry Francona? Who is that? I do not know. Ground ball up the middle and through. Another 2 out single for the Avengers. And they will now have runners at first and second with 2 away. This one was hit a little nicer, a little better, a little more solid. She's 1 for 3. Next up is Paul Rudd, who's 1 for 2. He needs a hit to get that run home from second. Fastball high, up in his eyes. Ball 1. A hit could push across run number 2 for the Avengers. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Pops him up behind home plate. Out of his crouch is Contreras, and he will retire the side. They strand two. After 4.5 innings of play, we still have a tie ball game at 1. This is Avengers Baseball. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Jake Myers, 0 for 1, steps in. Fouls it back, strike 1. Slider misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Avengers are 18-7 on the season. First place, 3.5 game lead over second place Texas Rangers in the American League West.
2 balls, 1 strike.
They lost their last game. Fouls off the slider, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Myers. Fly ball to center. Cheadle is there. Oh, almost misjudges it, but recovers and makes the catch for the first out. A little sloppy on my behalf. Next up, the leadoff man, Ken Griffey Sr., lined out in the 3rd. He is 0 for 2 in today's ball game. High strike. Count is 0-1. That ball is high, it is far, and it bounces off the wall. Big turn at second, he's going to head for 3rd, and he's going to make it. That's the 2nd triple of the ball game for the Toronto Blue Jays. That happens to be Ken Griffey Sr.'s 3rd triple of the season. Smashes it between center and left off the wall, and he does not hesitate rounding second. So he'll be at 3rd base, the go-ahead run, with less than 2 outs here in the 5th. Whit Merrifield has a chance to score a run without the benefit of a base hit. But popped up foul territory, chasing it is Rudd. He makes the catch, and the run at 3rd will not score. Merrifield failed to get that runner home from 3rd. So there are 2 away. Nice pitch by Hemsworth to get him to pop it up. So next up is Stan the Man, who had a sacrifice fly in the 1st inning. Officially, he's 0 for 1. He's got a chance to push across the go-ahead run at 3rd base, but he'll need a hit or an error or pass ball, wild pitch. In there, strike 1. Stan Musial's hitting .385 with runners in scoring position so far this season. At the knees, 2 quick strikes on Musial. Count is 0-2. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single by Stan the Man. And just like that, the Toronto Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead here in the 5th. Just got it off the end of the bat, chopped it up the middle to get that runner home from 3rd with 2 away. Next up, Joe Carter. Runner leads off first. Swinging as the fastball, strike 1. He's 0 for 2. Stealing second, and he will make it without a throw. So now Stan, with his 4th stolen base of the season, is in scoring position for Joe Carter. But this time it's a shallow fly ball to center field. Don Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. So 5 innings, we have ourselves an official ball game, thanks to Stan Musial with a 2-out RBI single. Right now, the Blue Jays lead 2-1. Leading off the top of the 6th inning, Chris Hemsworth, 1 for 2. Babe's still out there on the mound, now with a 1-run lead. Fouls it off, strike 1. Deep drive to left, going back, it's Gonzo! Solo shot from Thor Odin's son. our strongest Avenger. And just like that, we have ourselves a tie ball game at 2 here in the 6th inning. Let's watch the replay. Strongest Avenger. Boom. Home run number 7 on the season for Hemsworth. Next up, Dave Bautista, 1 for 2. Curveball inside, ball 1. So it's 2-2 game here in the 6th. That happened twice. The Blue Jays took a 1-0 lead, and then Sebastian Stan, very first pitch, hit a solo shot to tie it at 1. And here in the 6th inning, pitches outside, 2-0. Here in the 6th inning, the Blue Jays take a 2-1 lead. Chris Hemsworth gets up, and very first pitch he sees, hits a solo homer to tie the game at 2. High. So it's a 3-0 count. On deck is Don Cheadle. 3-0 count. Will he be taking a pitch? Yes, he will, because I'm not swinging on a 3-0 just on principle alone. High strike, but strike nonetheless. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike to Dave Bautista. Hitters count. Babe Ruth winds up and pitches. Late on the fastball, slicing, foul. The count will go full 3 balls and 2 strikes on Dave. Here comes the full count pitch. Line drive, base hit to left. Drax the Destroyer stands at first base. We're going to get a replay? Let's watch the replay. Bang. Next up, Don Cheadle, War Machine, who's 1 for 2. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 6th inning. First game of a 3-game series between the Hollywood Avengers and the Toronto Blue Jays. Chases a pitch in the dirt. Throw down to first is unnecessary and dangerous, to be honest. Blue Jays bullpen is active. 2 right-handers, Casey Sadler and J.B. Wendelken, but getting loose. So here comes the 0-2 pitch from Babe. Curveball inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I think Babe was a little bit heavier than that. I think they're being generous. So runner leads off first. That's Dave Bautista. Nobody out still here in the top of the 6th. Just misses the outside corner. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deep fly ball to center field. On the warning track, he will make the catch for out number 1. The runner will return to first base. Gave it a ride, but to the deepest part of the ballpark. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who's 1 for 2, but that one was a big one. It was a solo home run in the 2nd inning. Straightaway center field. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. It is a 2-run home run from the Winter Soldier, his 2nd homer of this game. And just like that, the Hollywood Avengers take a 4-2 lead here in the 6th inning. Oh yeah! Watch the replay. You can see the spin on the ball. Bang! And that'll be all for Babe. Out of the bullpen comes Casey Sadler. 15th appearance out of the mound, out of the bullpen. He is 1-2 with a 5.65 earned run average. Chadwick Boseman steps into home plate, 1 for 2. Chases a cut fastball, swinging and miss, strike 1. Chadwick averages sitting at even 200 Mendoza line, 1 for 2 today. Fouls off the curveball, count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Boseman. I say late and great about Chadwick Boseman because you'd have to be living under a rock to not know that we lost Chadwick Boseman to colon cancer in the year 2020 at only 43 years old. May he rest in peace. Pitches outside, 1-2. But may he live forever. That ball is deep. Hits it the other way. Back, looking up. It's Gonzo. Solo home run, Wakanda forever, baby. That's Black Panther, and this is a 5-2 ball game. Oh, yeah! Wakanda forever. Watch the replay. Hits it the other way to right field. Ouch. Distance 369. And Ken Griffey Sr. just watches it go. Next up, Simu Liu. Ground ball to third base. Gurriel, strong throw in time. And that's the second out of the inning. Base is empty, 2 out. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who singled in his last at-bat. He is 1 for 2 today. Switch hitter turns around and bats from the left side against the righty Casey Sadler. Grounder, foul. First base line. Strike 1. Mackie has 6 home runs on the season. Fouls off the sinking fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the new Captain America. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count remains 0-2. So this is Avengers Baseball, a created franchise on MLB The Show 22. Just gets a piece of the curveball to stay alive. Count will remain 0-2. Every player is modeled after a actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I don't have them all, but I've got most of them. Pitch is low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball to the third baseman. Throws in time, and the side is retired, but not before the Hollywood Avengers score 4 times on the strength of 2 home runs. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 5 and the Blue Jays 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Up steps Steve Finley, who is 0 for 2. Deep fly ball the other way. Looks like it's going to dunk in there as they were playing him to shift. Oh, he misses the ball, but he will stay at second. Big turn at second base. Thought about a triple, but it'll be double number 8 on the season. Slashes it the other way. Leo had a long run. So runner on second and nobody out for Gurriel, who's 1 for 2 today. Deep fly ball to left. Back goes Liu. Makes the catch, tagging at second and going to third is Finley, so he'll be at third base with less than 2 outs. So with that runner at third and less than 2 outs, up steps Adam Frazier, who's officially 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Outside corner, strike 1. Hiddleston is about to throw pitch number 70 on the day here in the bottom of the 6th. Inside the third base line and down the left field line, it is an RBI double. In there, the throw from the left fielder made it look closer than it was. Adam Frazier hits his 2nd double of the season, just inside that third base line and past Chadwick. RBI double, and it's now 5-3, and we should go to the bullpen and start warming people up. Haley Steinfeld is a left-hander, and Vin Diesel is a right-hander. We're going to warm them up, and the manager is going to go for a mound visit to give them a little bit of time. Up next is Wilson Contreras, who is 1 for 2. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. I am R.C. Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you for watching. Regardless if it was for an inning or for a pitch, I sincerely appreciate you. Inside corner, strike 2. Count quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position at second, tying run at home plate in Contreras. Slider outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jams him, fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. Hard line drive, base hit. Rounding third and heading home. No, he will stop on the strong throw, but it'll be first and third. And only one away on the single from Contreras. Up next is Jake Myers, who is 0 for 2. I'm going to let him go one more pitcher. One more batter, I mean. Pitch is inside, ball 1. Jake is 0 for 2. He flew out, he grounded out. High strike. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Myers hitting .333 with runners in scoring position. Again, runners lead off first and third, 1 away. Fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Myers. It's a 2-run ball game. MCU leads 5-3 here in the 6th. But the tying runs are on base. Fly ball to left center field. Cheadle tracks it down, tagging and scoring on the sacrifice fly is the runner on third base, and this is a 1-run ball game. The MCU now leads 5-4. Lineup turns over for the Blue Jays. Ken Griffey Sr., 1 for 3 today. He's had his triple. Runner at first, 2 down. Liu's racing over from left. He will make the catch and save a run. Side is retired. However, they do score twice. After 6 innings of play here at Rogers Center, it's the Avengers 5, the Blue Jays 4. So on the mound for the Blue Jays here in the 7th is J.B. Wendelken, who's making his 12th appearance. He's 2-0 with a 2.55 earned run average. And before Brie Larson steps in, we're going to go not to replay, but the manager's office, bullpen. Righty, lefty, righty. We're going to have Vin Diesel, I am Groot, scheduled to put him in the game. Okay. So here we go. Top of the 7th. 1-run ball game. Slider outside, ball 1. Larson is a switch hitter. She's betting from the left side against the righty pitcher, Wendelken. Hard line drive caught by the second baseman, Merrifield, for out number 1. Hit it on the nose, but right at the second baseman. Next up, Paul Rudd. Single in the first. He's 1 for 3. 5-4 here in the 7th. Grounder up the middle. 1 hopper to the pitcher. Tosses to first in time. 2 away. So with 2 down and bases empty, up steps Chris Hemsworth, Thor Odin's son, who hit a whole solo home run in the 6th. Here it is. Here's the replay. But they're showing us the home run from Black Panther. They need a cup of coffee in the booth, in the truck, with the replays. Fouls off the outside fastball, strike 1. Hemsworth hitting .417 against left-handed pitchers, but against righties only .257. Fly ball to right. Playable by Ken Griffey Sr. Makes the catch, and Wendelken throws a 1-2-3 7th inning. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. It's the MCU leading 5-4. Take me out to the ball game. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Vin Diesel, pitching in his 12th appearance out of the bullpen, is 2-1 with a 2.45 earned run average. He's the voice of Groot in the MCU. I'm Groot. He will face Whit Merrifield, 1 for 2 with a triple. Fly ball down the right field line, and it's in there. 1 hop into the fence. It's a ground rule double. 3rd double of the season for Merrifield, and the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out for the Blue Jays. No chance for Sebastian Stan. Manager, bullpen. Warm-up Tessa Thompson. High fastball misses inside, ball 1. He has a single. He has a sacrifice fly. Low outside, but called a strike. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Stan Musial is hitting .407 this season with runners in scoring position. And that is the situation we're in right now. Fastball is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Vin Diesel looks rattled. Deep drive. Other way. It is foul. Foul, strike 2. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed power hitter. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the left field line. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's a 5-4 game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Avengers have a 1-run lead, but tying run is on second. Fastball misses low. Count goes full on deck. World Series MVP Joe Carter. Gets around on the slider but pulls it foul, and the count will remain full. Here comes the 3-2 from I Am Groot. Deep fly ball to center. Cheadle is there. He will make the catch, tagging at second. The throw to third is not in time. So we now have the tying run at third base with less than 2 outs for the Toronto Blue Jays. Joe Carter, who's 0 for 3 today, can get that runner home with a deep fly ball. Let's see what happens. High strike in there. Count is 0-1. Slicing, foul. Count is 0-2. 2 quick strikes on Joe Carter. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Strikes him out, and there are 2 away. Could not get the runner home from third. That's the tying run, still at third base. Statcast, Vin Diesel pitch sequence. We don't need to see that. So 2 down, up steps Steve Finley, and the manager is going to go to the bullpen and bring in Haley Steinfeld, put in a game to pitch. She is Kate Bishop in the MCU, the Hawkeye Disney Plus TV series. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Steinfeld. Fouls off the high fastball, triple digits on the radar gun. 100 miles an hour to Finley. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Fly ball to left, but playable. And there's the 3rd out. So they strand the runner at third base. That's the tying run at the end of 7 innings of play. It's the Avengers 5 and the Blue Jays 4. This is Avengers baseball. We go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Dave Bautista, who's 2 for 3 today. They need insurance. J.B. Wendelken is out there for a 2nd inning of relief work. That's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap, and it will one-hop the fence. He will round first and head to second. It is a leadoff double for Drax, the Destroyer, his 3rd hit of this ball game. Nothing gets over his head. He will catch it. Double number 5 for Dave. Bang. So Don Cheadle's up there, needs to get him over to third by any means necessary. Don's 1 for 3 today. Fouls off the circle change, strike 1. 5 for 16 on the season. Again, Batista's at second. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Chases a high fastball, and the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. Don Cheadle plays War Machine in the MCU. 5-4 game here in the top of the 8th inning. And he chases a pitch. It's in the dirt. Throws to first. Strike him out. Throw him out for out number 1. Wasted at bat because he does not get the runner at second over to third. Making the job harder for Sebastian Stan. Sebastian has hit 2 home runs today. A solo shot and a 2-run shot. Here's the first one to dead center. Off the facing of the Blacks double deck. And for some reason, they're showing us Hemsworth's home run. The guys in the truck need to get a cup of coffee. Sebastian Stan, however, 2 for 3, 2 homers. Fastball outside, ball 1. Attendance here at Rogers Center, 38,533. Not a sellout. Line drive, base hit the other way, but I think he hit it too hard. Yeah, the runner at second will have to stop at third. There'll be runners at first and third and 1 out. Here's the replay. Third hit of the game for the Winter Soldier. Slashes it between first and second. Right fielder gets it in quickly. So, Chadwick Boseman, who's 2 for 3 as well. 2 on, 1 out. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is an RBI single from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. It's an insurance run here in the top of the 8th as the MCU now leads 6-4. Here's the replay. Bang. Hard ground ball through the box. So we have runners at first and second. 1 down for Simu Liu, left-handed hitter against the righty J.B. Wendelken. Fastball outside, ball 1. 6-4 game. Only 1 away. Fouls the changeup back. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Liu's hitting only 167 with runners in scoring position this season. The season's only a month old, so time to improve that starting here.
2-1.
Breaking ball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouls off the fastball. Count as 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. 6-4 lead. Top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Just gets a piece of that curveball to stay alive. I liked Shang-Chi. I thought that was a good origin movie. Thought Aquafina was funny. Deep drive to right. Back goes the center fielder, looking up. See ya! 3-run home run. Simu Liu, commander of the 5 rings. Just like that, they open up a can of whoop ass. 5th home run of the season for Simu Liu. And it is now a 9-4 ball game. Bang. Ha ha ha. Distance 413. In relief, Cody Stashak. 8th appearance out of the bullpen, no record, 2.45 earned run average. 9-4 lead for the MCU. Bases empty, 1 out for Anthony Mackie, 1 for 3. Ties him up in knots, swinging and miss at the inside pitch, strike 1. Stoll checked his swing, but home plate umpire disagrees. Says he swung. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Stole Michael K's home run call with the see ya. Lost myself for a second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. There are 2 away. Stashak strikes out the first batter he sees. Two outs, bases empty. Lineup turns over for Brie Larson, who is 1 for 4. Switch hitter batting from the left side, pardon me. Fouls off the breaking ball down the left field line, out of play, strike 1. Fouls it down the right field line, out of play, count no balls and 2 strikes to Larson. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Off the end of the bat, but hit it deep. That ball is gonzo. It's a solo shot for Brie Larson. Captain Marvel And it's a double digit in the runs column for the Hollywood Avengers. That's 4th home run of the season for Brie Larson, and the Avengers lead 10-4. I thought it was off the end of the bat, but apparently not. Distance 380. Enough on it to get it out. Next up, Paul Rudd, 1 for 4. Inside ball 1. Singled in the first. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Strike 1. Out in front of the sliders, swing and a miss. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ant-Man. And that's a bouncing ball up the middle for a 2-out hit. Second hit of the ball game for Rudd. And this butchery of an inning will continue. Here's the replay. Again, it's a ground ball with eyes. It wasn't hit very hard, but up the middle. So runner at first. Up steps Chris Hemsworth, who's 2 for 4 today with a home run. And that's another hit up the middle. Another 2-out ground ball hit to keep this inning going. It's already a 6-run lead here in the top of the 8th for the Hollywood Avengers. And they refuse to let this inning end. Dave Bautista, 3 for 4. Runners at first and second, 2 out. Chases the slider, swing and a miss, 4-strike 1. Double, 2 singles, 2 runs. His average is up to 369 on the season. Leading the team. Slider low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
1-1.
Chases the changeup out of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. Changeup outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. 10-4 lead for the Hollywood Avengers. Inside, full count. 1 more ball and the bases will be loaded with Avengers for Don Cheadle. The runners will be off with the pitch. They'll get a head start. Here comes the 3-2 from Stashak. Late on it, slicing off the net, out of play. Count will remain full. Now swings and fouls off what most likely would have been ball 4, but instead it's still 3-2. Ground ball backhanded by the third baseman. Long throw in time to retire the side, but not before the MCU opens up a can of whoop ass in this half inning. After 7.5, it's the Avengers 10, the Blue Jays 4. Oh yeah. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. You know what? Let's put some manager substitutes. Let's put some backups in. Let's take out Brie Larson and put in. Hold on a second. Brie Larson. Let's put in Zoe Saldana. Let's do manager substitution. Let's go Dave Bautista. Where's my backup catcher? Ryan Reynolds behind home plate. Yes. Ryan Reynolds is going to play Deadpool in the MCU, so he gets to be on the team. Let's say Sebastian Stan. Oh, no. Substitutions. Anthony Mackie. Kevin Feige. Okay, that's good enough for now. Fastball low from Haley Steinfeld. Ball 1. Curveball low, 2-0. It's a 6-run lead. You got to throw strikes. Inside corner with the fastball. Count is 2-1. This time outside corner. Count quickly evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's throw a cutter. Deep drive. Back goes Liu and left. Makes the catch at the wall. Collides for out number 1. Nice play by the left fielder. They should show the replay on that. Come on now. Unacceptable. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Adam Frazier has an RBI double today. Pulls it deep but foul for strike 1. Two-seam fastball in there. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Throw another cutter. Slow roller to Saldana. Throws across in time. Nice play from Zoe Saldana. Guardians of the Galaxy playing second base. Taking over for Brie Larson here in the 8th inning. So 2 down, bases empty for Wilson Contreras. It's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Fastball low, ball 1. Contreras hitting .500 this season against left-handed pitching. That will go down as Rudd backhands it, takes it himself. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Haley Steinfeld. We will go to the top of the 9th inning. The Avengers lead by 6. It's 10-4. Oh, yeah. Michael Givens pitches the 9th for the Blue Jays. 7th appearance out of the bullpen. No record, 5.40 earned run average. Leading off will be Don Cheadle. But before that, the manager was going to go to the bullpen. And left Tessa Thompson is going to pitch the bottom of the 9th. Valkyrie. Don Cheadle's 1 for 4. Pulls the changeup deep but foul down the right field line. Out of play, strike 1. Just misses the outside corner. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Don Cheadle, War Machine. Again, fouls off a changeup in the dirt to stay alive. Count remains 1-2. Inside and low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Don Cheadle switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Givens. And he's early on the swing. Pulls the changeup foul. Givens steals. Inside, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Sebastian Stan with his 2 home runs today. He's going to be going for 3rd. Oh, it hits him. Hits him. So runner at first base. Runner at first base. Sebastian Stan, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Not that many hitters have hit 3 homers in 1 game. The Winter Soldier. Will he be in that class? Let's see what happens. Low in the dirt, blocked nicely by Contreras. Throws to first unnecessarily. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Bucky Barnes. Fouls off the changeup. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner leads off first. We are in the top of the 9th. 10-4, MCU leads. And he pops it up in the infield. Shortstop makes the catch for the first out. So 2 home runs will have to be enough for Sebastian Stan today. It's unlikely he'll get another at-bat. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, who's upped his average from below 200 to 217 with 3 hits today. Givens deals. Fastball low, ball 1. So we're in the top of the 9th inning, first game of a 3-game set between these two ball clubs. The MCU is leading 10-4. It's been a bit of an excitement one. Fastball low, 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0.
Pops him up. Foul territory. First baseman charging, makes the catch 2-way. Nice play from Stan Musial at first base. So Givens gives up the hit. Actually gives up the hits the batter. Simu Liu in his last at-bat had a 3-run home run to break this game wide open. Fouls off the fastball. Count as no balls and 1 strike on Liu. Simu Liu plays Shang-Chi in the MCU. Runner leads off first, 2 down. Outside ball 1. Late on the high fastball, fouls it down the left field line, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Liu. Hits it the other way, ground ball 5, over to 4 for the force to retire the side. Last licks for the Toronto Blue Jays. We go to the 9th. 9-1-2, due up in the bottom of the 9th. They need 6 runs to tie. Avengers lead 10-4. Coming in to pitch, Tessa Thompson, making her 10th appearance. She has no record as of yet in just under 11 innings. Her ERA is 5.06. She's looking for a clean inning. Leading off, Jake Myers, who has a sac fly today. Officially, he is 0 for 2. Fastball in there, strike 1. Hard, off the chest of Zoe Saldana at second base. That should have been he went for second and he is out. The giveth and taketh away. Myers gets a gift error from the second baseman. He goes for second base and gets himself thrown out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 9th when they're down by 6 runs. Not smart. Fastball to Ken Griffey Sr. is low, ball 1. So wasted opportunity for Myers and the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 9th. 6-run ball game and he gets himself thrown out. Pop up, shallow, left field, out of play, strike 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Ken Griffey Sr. Tessa deals. Fouls it back. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Senior. Ground ball past the diving second baseman and into center field. It is a 1-out single for Ken Griffey Sr. Next up, Whit Merrifield, who's 2 for 3 today. He has a triple. Swing and miss the fastball. Strike 1. He has a triple, a double, run scored. Swing and miss the curveball. Count quickly, no balls. 2 strikes to Whit. Fouls it back, and the count will remain no balls, 2 strikes. We are in the bottom of the 9th here at Rogers Center. The Avengers have a 6-run lead. They have a runner at first and 1 away. Pops it upstairs behind home plate. Again, out of play. Curveball low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flips it. Not in time. Oh no, wait. Ken Griffey Sr. pulled up lame following that last play and is clutching his hamstring. An MRI will determine if it's a grade 1 or 2 tear, so he could be out a few days or weeks. Either way, he'll need to be removed from the game. Regardless of who takes over at first base, pinch runner Andrew McCutcheon, they have runners at first and second with 1 out. Pitcher getting tired. I guess manager will go to the bullpen and will warm up Paul Bettany, who is vision. I was hoping to give him a day off, but misses outside ball 1 to Stan Musial, who is 1 for 3 with. He has an RBI single and he has a sacrifice fly today. Inside corner strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off first and second. Outside corner with the strike. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So it's a 6-run lead here in the bottom of the ninth, but they are threatening. It's first and second with 1 out. Fouls it back. Count will be 1 ball and 2 strikes on Musial. Deep drive, Liu back, reaching up, makes the catch, throws to third. That's out number 2, no advance on the bases. And the Toronto Blue Jays are down to their final out of this ball game. Representing the final out of the game is Joe Carter, who's 0 for 4 today. Batting average dipping to .311. He has 2 on and 2 out. Fouls it back, strike 1. I am RC Robbin. This is a created franchise on MLB The Show 22 for PlayStation. Thank you for watching. Ground ball, knocks it down. No play. Bases will be loaded. That should be an infield single. And the scorer's table says yes, that's a base hit. And with the bases loaded, Kevin Feige taking over defensively at shortstop, not the fielder that Anthony Mackie is. With the bases loaded and Steve Finley up, we're going to go to the closer, Paul Bettany. Vision has pitched in 9 games, no record, but he has 7 saves and a 2.70 earned run average. Oh, and inside ball 1. Finley has a double today and a run scored. That ball's high. That ball is gone. It's a grand slam home run with 2 outs in the ninth to make this a 2-run ball game. Just like that, it's a 10-8 game here in the 9th inning. Representing the final out of the game, he says that no, I would rather hit a grand slam home run. Here's the replay. The closer, Vision, comes in and serves up a round tripper with the bases jammed. All of those runs will be on Tessa Thompson's record. Yuri Gurriel still represents the final out of the ball game. Backs him off the plate. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He doesn't like it. Two balls, no strikes. 2 more balls, and the tying run comes to the plate here for the Toronto Blue Jays. Fouls off the fastball, count is 2-1. Deep drive in the gap, and it will be in there. Cheadle gets it back in, but the tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yuri Gurriel's first double of the season. They were down by 6 runs entering the bottom of the 9th. And now the tying run will come to the plate for the Toronto Blue Jays. Representing the tying run and the final out of the game, Adam Frazier, who's 1 for 3. Liu charging, this should do it, makes the catch, ball game over, Avengers win 10-8. The Blue Jays made it nervous in the bottom of the 9th by scoring 4 times, but ultimately the Avengers get the first game of this 3-game series. The winner is Loki, Tom Hiddleston. This is MLB The Show 20. Sebastian Stan with his 2 homers as player of the game. Tom Hiddleston gets the win, 6 innings, 1 run. No, check that, 6 innings, 4 earned run. Babe Ruth gets the loss. So this has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. Let's exit the post game and go to the standings to see what they look like. I'm R.C. Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Anyone who came in and stopped in and to say hello, I sincerely appreciate you. You are awesome. Especially Sam the Gamer and Jamie Rose the Hedgehog. And also JD. Oh, look at this. I got some cool stuff. I got some unlockables. Got some legend. Ooh, look at all this good stuff. Wow, that's good. It's cool. All right, so calendar. So the Avengers, who have been placed in the American League Western Division, as you can see, are in first place. They're 19-7 with that win. They increased their lead to 4.5 games over the second place Texas Rangers. And that was game number 26 in the regular season. Again, I'm R.C. Robbin. This is Avengers Baseball. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself an awesome evening, and I will see you again soon.